The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
When do we get concerned about Haason Reddick still not being at Jets camp? Joe Tippmann continues to snap the ball too high at training camp. Is that concerning? We'll talk about that and much more in today's Jake Asman Show. Andrew Fialkow from Jets X Factor will join us. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started. Man, our Jets are primed for a historic season.
There goes my hero.
Oh,
We bleed Jets green each and every day. This is not the same old Jets. We have Aaron freaking Rodgers. We have Garrett Wilson. Let's go. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinnen Williams. The Jets bandwagon is loaded. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show. Here we go, Jet fans. Welcome in, everybody. Stop what you're doing and click the subscribe button on the right-hand side of your screen if you haven't done so already. Please click the thumbs up button. That's the like button. It goes a long way towards this channel continuing to grow. Before we bring on today's guest, a reminder that 1 week from tonight, it's our first ever training camp meetup at Don Jose Mexican restaurant in East Hanover, New Jersey. As of this taping, just 15 spots remain to join me and Richie from Jets Media for a night of greatness. Food, drinks, and Jet fan camaraderie. Ladies and gentlemen, next Wednesday, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m., Don Jose Mexican restaurant, a frequented spot by Nick Mangold and Rex Ryan. It's going to be a blast. RSVP if you're coming out with the link in the description. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now to talk all things New York Jets is Andrew Fialkow from JetsXFactor.com. Andrew, welcome back to the show. Appreciate you joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me as always. Excited to get into some stuff. I feel like it's been tons of positivity, honestly, out of training camp. And then over the last few days, once pads came on, that kind of slowed down a little bit. So definitely want to talk about how I feel about it, like the few things that went wrong.
No doubt. So let's kind of start with this. From your perspective, your background, being a part of a Division I program at the University of Buffalo,
Yeah.
when the pads come on, we've heard, hey, typically the defense is usually ahead of the offense. In your experience, is that true?
Yeah. So I was there for one training camp, and I feel like college is a bit different as like the install isn't as huge as it is at the NFL level, where I feel like there's rookies in the NFL level that are just learning the playbook for the first time. There's free agents coming in there learning the playbook for the first time. When you're at a college program, it's a ton of guys that have been around the system for so long that they really don't have so much to install that's new. So that's what I kind of see as like the big difference, especially at the college level to the NFL level. And then I saw people saying that the defense is always farther ahead. I guess that's just because it just kind of is how it is, where the defensive playbook is a lot more shrunk down than an offensive playbook. That's just basically the bottom line. There's still a lot of like stuff the defense needs to work through, but we also have the exact same defense as last year. So like our first team defense shouldn't be missing any beats in practice. This is a brand new offense with Rodgers at the helm. So bumps and bruises like along the way, like that's gonna happen. But obviously the snapping issues were that's a bit more of a concern than like Rodgers talking to Garrett. I've loved all of that. Like that's good stuff. But the snapping issues, that kind of marks is more a concern for me.
I'm with you there. And I also think when it comes to like any issues the Jets offense might have, they're facing an elite defense every day that's
Yeah.
in the same system now for 4 seasons, same coaching staff. So there's just way more continuity on that side of the ball. So I'm not going to be concerned just yet. The Tippmann stuff, though, with the snapping, that to me is something that needs to get corrected right away. I won't panic on July 31st, but
Yeah.
Joe Tippmann has to get on the same page with Aaron Rodgers because that is something that could directly cost you a game or two if a high snap leads to a crucial turnover, and then all of a sudden, your record's one game worse than it should be, for example. Like, that's something that's got to get rectified ASAP.
Yeah, and it's concerning to me. What's more concerning than the snaps is that Hackett came out to the media and was like saying that he never had an issue last year when that's not true. There were issues last year. So then it's like, where were you, Hackett? Or is he just saying that? Or not sure what his media training was on that, but he basically came out. They said to him, do you think it's going to be a concern? And he was like, no, it's never been a problem. Like, look at last year. It wasn't a problem. It was a problem last year at a couple points. So, yeah, it's a concern. I know you had Tippmann on. Me and you are huge Tippmann fans. I think he's a great player overall. He was very low pressure rate last year, very good run blocker. It's snapping. So, yes, that's an issue, but that's more of like a yips issue. Like Tippmann's been playing center his whole majority of his career. At least it's that in my eyes. It's not like, damn, like he's so slow out off his get off and he's giving up pressure after pressure. That's something you really can't fix so easily. Like his speed getting off the ball, you can't fix that easily. Snapping the ball in shotgun, you can fix that. That's fixable stuff, especially in July.
At what point, if it keeps happening, do you get actually concerned for the start of the season?
A couple weeks into training camp, if it continues, it's concerning. Definitely, I think this is gonna be a non-story come like mid-August. But I don't know. Connor McGovern's still available if you want to go. I don't know why we haven't signed him, to be honest, because our backups are who's it? It's like Schweitzer and Glazer maybe. Why we're not going to sign McGovern, I don't really know because we literally had him on the vet minimum last year anyway. So I would do that in 2 seconds. But I'm not so worried about Tippmann as of right now.
I would bring back McGovern, and I've been saying this even before Tippmann's had some practices with high snaps. He played for the veterans minimum last year. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't you feel better about him coming in than any of the guys they currently have right now on their depth chart?
Yeah, I'm just going to look at their depth chart right now. It's Wes Schweitzer is our backup. So let's say Tippmann goes down. Let's not even say Tippmann is still continuing to have bad snaps. He goes down, misses a couple games. It's Wes Schweitzer at center. Like you said, I'd much rather have Connor McGovern, who's played a significant more amount of games and shown to be a decent center most of the time, than Wes Schweitzer or Chris Glazer. And McGovern also has guard availability. So if Simpson or AVT ever miss a couple games, it says I like McGovern more than Xavier Newman for sure. So that kind of seems like a no-brainer to me, but I don't know what's going on at One Jets Drive that they're not pulling the trigger on it.
And McGovern played an entire summer last year with Rodgers. Like the two of them have snap familiarity because they went through it last summer in training camp. So yeah, I'd bring him back. Maybe McGovern's holding out hope for another team to offer him more than the minimum if someone goes down in camp, and that's why maybe he's the one who doesn't want to show up just yet. But like, if you could bring him back for the same contract he was on last year, I would do it in a second.
Right. And I think he was on like a 3-year deal before that, and then we signed him to the vet minimum. I'm trying to find out if there's anything. There's literally been no rumors about him going anywhere. Yeah, we had him on a 1 for $1.9 million last year. So if we can afford that right now. It just is a no-brainer. So maybe they will pull the trigger on that, like come mid-August, or maybe he's really going to wait out until September, like you said.
Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. We're talking with Andrew Fialkow of JetsXFactor.com. If you have a question for Andrew, who's been at training camp for one of the days, I was there last Saturday, write it in. Andrew and I will both be in attendance next week for the joint practice against the Commies. I'll be there on Saturday, Jet fans, and I'll be at practice Wednesday and Thursday in total next week as well. So looking forward to seeing this team in person a couple times here before the Jets play that first preseason game. And that's where we're going next, Andrew, because yesterday Robert Saleh said it's unlikely that Aaron Rodgers plays in the preseason this year. He ruled out the first 2 games. He did not completely rule out the Giants game on August 24th. Your thoughts on Rodgers potentially not playing at all in the preseason this summer?
I don't like it. It's a tough decision for me. But I think the main thing would be fans coming out and saying, hey, like, why would you play him? You don't want him to get injured. I strongly disagree with that sentiment. You're not going to say that week 1 and be like, hey, we're not going to put him out there for the 49ers game because he might get injured. Obviously, that game matters. But I don't know. There's been such limited amount of reps going on with the team. The chemistry is just going to be from training camp, and then you're just going to walk right into week 1 against a top 3 team in the NFL and just expect it to be smooth. I really think a drive or 2 like they did last year could really help. I don't really see it hurting. Like you could tell Rodgers, like, if you ever get an immediate pressure, just slide down. If it's really that much of a concern that he's going to get injured. But I do think it's important for him to get out there. I really hope the O-line gets out there. Like, I think they will, probably in the 3rd preseason game. But let's get all the starters out there for a couple series. I don't see the harm in it. I only see it could get the yips out for a bit, and it could feel more normal. It's not going to be the first time they're all 11 are on the field come September 9th. So that's my take on it.
I agree with you. To me, look, if Aaron says he's good, he doesn't need to play, then fine. Let Aaron Rodgers decide at this stage of his career, age 40, what he needs to get ready for the season. But I'm with you. Like, to me, if Rodgers says he wants to play and the Jets are like, no, like, I would defer to Rodgers. Like, he played last year, and I think it was beneficial for him. And for those saying, well, he could get hurt. I mean, he didn't get hurt last year, and they got hurt in the 4th play of the Jets regular season. Like, it's football, man. So I just think if Rodgers goes to the Jets and says, I'd like to play a drive or 2 like last year, I think they should let him play.
Yeah, I agree. I honestly think it's on Rodgers. Like, I don't think Saleh is really calling the shots here. I think they probably had a conversation. Rodgers said, I'm not going to play the first 2, but let's see at the 3rd one. And I honestly believe that Rodgers will push to play in the 3rd preseason game. Knowing him, I think he knows how valuable reps are with the starting 11. And now that I'm even like talking it out, it just doesn't make much sense for their first couple series. Like, they're gonna have to like work a couple things out in game 1. Like, why don't we work those things out in a preseason game, have some film to watch, and then be prepared to go in comfortably to the season opener, which is a huge game, obviously, against a great opponent.
100%. Look, I think it's Rodgers' decision. I'm right there with you. If he says, hey, I need this, I think they'll let him do it. And it's interesting because this year they have 3 total joint practices as opposed to just the 1 they had last year with the Panthers. They got the Commies, they got Carolina, and the Giants. So if Rodgers gets a lot of work done in those 3 and feels good, maybe he'll say, hey, I'm good, I don't need it. But, if he doesn't play in the preseason, his first time at MetLife is not going to be till September 19th. So it's over a year since he suffered the injury. I don't know, just like from a mental standpoint, you'd think he'd want to maybe play a drive or 2 against the Giants just to get that hurdle out of the way.
Right. And it's not like we're going to see it's not the same Giants as last year. It's not Wink Martindale. So it's a different defensive coordinator that'll get different looks. Because you could say, oh, like, it's going to be Wink. We kind of know what it is. So then it's like we could basically do those reps in practice. I like the point you make about we're going to have these practices with these other teams. That's going to be a great litmus test. Like, that's why I was really pushing to go next Thursday, because I really want to go see the team against another team. It's one thing to watch us go Jets on Jets. No one's tackling. It's a very different when you're going like 11 on 11, your own offense against your own defense. Next Thursday, me and you, like you said, are both going to be there. That's going to be the first time we're going to be like, okay, we're facing the Commanders. Not the best defense, but not a bad defense, in my opinion, by any means. I have to actually look into them. I've been so tapped in on just Jets for the whole offseason. But that's going to be a good time for him to say, okay, like, let's see where we're at going against other teams. Like, that's a really good point you make. And then the next practice they have. So the way they're practicing with the Commanders, the Giants, and one other team.
Yeah, so they have the Commanders, the Panthers, then the Giants. Yep.
Yeah. So after the Commanders and Panthers, if Rodgers is like, Like, I don't really like where we're at. I definitely see him pushing to play in the preseason game. That would make more sense. But maybe if he's like, hey, we're at a really good place, I just don't really know if that's going to be possible because, like, God willing, Mike Williams is going to be practicing at some point in August, in some capacity at some point. They have no reps together, 0.
Right.
And like Mike Williams isn't going to play in the preseason. That's a given. But you need to get reps with all the other guys. It seems like he's really force feeding Lazard in training camp so far, which is probably a positive thing to try and get Lazard's head in a good place going into the regular season because we are going to need him, it seems, to play at some capacity. But again, I think it'll be on Rodgers, like you said, and it's really going to be how these joint practices go when we start facing different teams.
He's Andrew Fialkow. My name is Jake Asman. If you're just tuning in live right now, we're talking about the state of the Jets as they're about to hit the practice field for another day of padded practice. Please click that like button. And of course, even more important, if you're one of the 206 people watching live right now and you haven't hit the subscribe button, make sure you subscribe to this channel. We're trying to get to 40,000 subscribers on this channel before week 1 of the Jet season. If you missed the announcements over the last 2 weeks, we have a merch store, baby, jakeasman.com to get your swag. Big shout out to Uncle Fialkow, who's rocking some Jake Asman Show merch. Love this, Andrew.
Yeah, I think it's Uncle Rich. I think he's watching right now, so he'll be surprised at the time. Yeah, I hooked up the whole family. Like we talked about it. I had a big order. I was the first order. It's all great stuff. Again, shamelessly plugging, but it really is all good stuff. It's so cool to see the entire community tapping in and supporting you. So love it. Love all of it.
It is tremendous. Shout out to Uncle Rich for coming through with the Jake Asman Show merch. JakeAsman.com. If you want your merch today, I am rocking my 15-ounce coffee mug right now, Andrew. And the coffee just tastes so much better in this mug. Let me tell you.
15 ounces. See, where are you going to get that? I feel like most of the cups are 12.
That's right. We got 12, 15, and 20 we offer. Beautiful. In the store. Big time. Haason Reddick officially not there again today. 7th day that he has missed. Another $50K is being fined for him not being there. At what point do you start to get concerned with Reddick not being with the Jets?
By the end of next week, like if me and you are there on next Thursday and he's not there, I'll be a bit concerned. But again, he's gonna play for us this season. I don't really see this holdout going into this season. So I'm not that concerned. And it's not like he's an O lineman where it's so important for him to create this continuity with the offensive line. He's a D lineman. He's a veteran. So obviously you'd love for him to be working with the first team, like getting snaps with Q, working on stunts together, understanding rush paths together. But I just think they're going to have to add some incentives to his deal. And then like the report that I saw, they're going to think about extending him maybe a 2-year deal during the season. But let's just incentivize the hell out of his deal. Make it, if you get 10 sacks, he'll get $2 million extra or whatever Joe knows how to crunch the numbers. And let's get him on the field. It's kind of a lot at this point. And we don't want any headlines. Like, and this has become a headline. He's going to be probably our best pass rusher this year besides Quinnen. So it is very important that we strike a deal with him. But let's incentivize the deal. Let's add money to it because he doesn't want to play on whatever contract it is this year, which is fine because he should be paid a bit more. But what he wants is like $28 million, which is a little much. I think we incentivize a deal where he could be making around 22 to like 25 if he performs well, and that should motivate him even more. So I think that's the best way to go about it.
Yep, I'm right there with you. I still think at the end of the day, they don't want to give him a multi-year extension, but there's got to be some sort of common ground to pay him extra this year, incentives, and get something done. You're all in the win this year. This guy's going to be a big piece to your defense. He's going to close out games in the fourth quarter when you're playing with a lead. At some point, I think it's kind of in that next week or so before the first preseason game. That's when you want this done. Like, enough of the posturing and negotiating through the media. Get something done and let's go.
Agreed. And I'm just looking at his contract right now. He's making $15 million this year. So yeah, that's low. That's not a high number at all for how good of a pass rusher he is and how good of a player he is. So add some money to the guarantees, add a lot of money to the incentives, And then ideally you get a deal with him done during the year to get him for the next 2 years or so, because he's still going to be an effective pass rusher. But like you said, he's going to be closing out games for us. He's the reason not the reason, but we gave up Bryce Huff, who was a huge, huge player in our defense. And he was closing out games for us left and right. Haason Reddick is a bit more of a consistent pass rusher, in my opinion. That's why I didn't really mind the swap. Obviously, the age difference is tough. But, yeah, I don't want this to be a headline anymore. I can't imagine that Joe wants this to be a headline anymore. So let's get this deal done within the next week, and then we have all of August with our team entirely healthy, besides Mike Williams, which is so rare to have a team like the Jets are never healthy. So, yeah, just get the deal done at this point. I know that there's been reports that they've made, like, progress on the deal. I'm with you 100%. We just need to get the deal done, get him on the training camp field, and let him get reps with his new team.
Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Shout out to Carmen Rulo for the $1.99, baby. Another 90 cents, and I'm riding the subway for free later, Fialkow. Oh, baby.
Oh, yeah.
This one's from Hector, his free super chat for being an Asmaniac. RELAX, relax. It's the second week of practice. Look, let's make it very clear.
RELAX.
Yeah.
Relax.
I don't think any Jet fans should be panicking yet about Reddick, but, we're a week in. We had the report on Sunday or Saturday when I was at the practice. Hey, they had positive talks. It felt like a deal was in striking distance, and now here we are. He's still not there. It's still worth bringing up. I think something gets done. I'm not panicking, but, it felt like there was positive momentum, and then that has clearly stalled out since. So that's why we're talking about it.
Right.
Let's see. David says, hit the like for a good time. Calm your freaky down. David, if you want a good time, it's very simple. You hit the like button, you subscribe to the channel, and you spread the word. Now, we talk Jets each and every day on this channel. All right? It's as simple as that. Calm your freaky down.
Calm your freaky down.
All right. Questions for Andrew Fialkow, anything Jet related. Shout out to Joe Rod, who says, I received my merch this morning. Welcome, Joe Rod. That's awesome. Love it. Tom Ace writes in, the Jake Asman t-shirt is the gift that keeps on giving the whole year round. I agree, Tom Ace. A salient point by you. Bobby Midnight is the first to gift a channel membership. You kidding me, Bobby? Let's go. If you hear your name, Bobby Midnight's the one who gifted you a channel membership. It went to Dylan Messiah. Dylan, congratulations on your channel membership from Bobby. Bang Mateo, classic Bang comment here. Ready, folks? You remember yesterday when I said the Jets should sign a veteran backup tight end, and I was called a record hater. Well, guess what? We signed a veteran tight end today, Winky Face. They signed Anthony Ferkser, who is a fullback / tight end. They cut Nick Bawden, who is a fullback. The Jets making this move has nothing to do with Jeremy Ruckert, Bang Mateo, but you have this hard on for hating Jeremy Ruckert. It's just, I don't even know what to say other than this.
What did I do? Huh? What did I do?
Hey, that's perfect, because I got the real Jet fans here.
Exactly why I played that.
Beautiful.
Exactly why I played that.
Since Bobby gifted a membership, I gotta tap in.
Let's go, baby. I'll give some memberships too.
I gotta do it.
Also, Bang Mateo with a super chat here. I call for us to sign a veteran tight end, and guess what we did? They signed a fullback / tight end.
Yeah.
To replace the fullback they had on the roster. Bang really thinks he got us. Wow, Fialkow with a 5 spot. Are you kidding me?
Well,
baby. Yeah. Gilherm Garel Martin, Shriek, the Texans fan, Howard Peranto, John O'Reilly, all officially as Maniacs. You brought up Bobby, Andrew. I don't know if you are aware of what our new emoji is when we hit a new membership threshold. The Bobby Crooked Lamp emoji.
I saw that the other day. I hope Bobby's doing well. It's my first show in so long that Bobby's not in the private chat spamming it. So, is he laying down on the couch?
He joined late, but we will get to him when we start taking some calls here.
Okay, awesome.
Load up that Gusbuster hotline if you want in on the conversation with Andrew and I. let me ask you this specifically about Rodgers and Garrett Wilson. You've been around high-level football. I love, as you brought up earlier, when you have those two that passionate, trying to get on the same page. Like, to me, it is a good thing, not a bad thing. It's fascinating how the Jet haters out there, the Nick Wrights of the world, are doing full segments on their national talk show about Rodgers and Garrett Wilson getting animated at practice. Like, this is sports, man. This is what happens. But I defer to you. I've given my opinion on this the last couple of days. I love it. What are your thoughts on that? Expand on it.
Yeah, I love it. I couldn't think of, there's nothing negative to me about it. And the fact that it's being portrayed negatively in the media, it's just the media hating the Jets. The media hates Rodgers. The amount of agendas against him is insane. And that being a story is just shows that we're at July 31st and there's nothing to talk about.
So true.
That's really all it is. I love it. I think Garrett is like becoming really a leader on this team. And the fact that him and Rodgers are having these discussions is important. You'd rather them not be talking at all. This is really important for them to be talking through routes and nuances of routes and where he wants him. It was actually the Jets posted the clip. It was like the DJ Reed pass breakup, and it actually made total sense to me. It looked like Garrett kind of rounded out his like in route. It was like a 15-yard in route that he kind of rounded out to 20 yards, and it seemed like Rodgers just wanted him to break very cleanly on the 15, just go 15 to 15 and keep his route straight and not round it out. And they talked about it, and it's going to end up being a completion instead of a pass breakup when time comes in September, which is important that they have these discussions now in July. So it's all good. It's all good stuff. And I hope they continue to have more passionate discussions about football.
100%. And you know what I think it is too? Like, Garrett feels comfortable to have these conversations with Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
You know, he feels comfortable to say, hey, you know, I've only been in the league going into now my third year, but I've seen a lot in 2 years. This is what I think we could do to get on the same page. This is how we could do it this way. And I think that's all healthy, productive stuff, man. That's what you want. Like, you think Garrett Wilson couldn't have high-level football conversations with any of the three quarterbacks thrown to him last year? He could do that with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, and I think the most encouraging thing was that in Garrett's first media appearance, he was like, I went back myself and I watched how all defenses play against Rodgers. So he's watching tape on years back, the tape that we've even went through, seeing how defenses play Rodgers. He's so tapped in it. Everyone's so bought in. All the vibes are great. The fact that the media is trying to portray this negatively, again, it's just that they don't like the Jets, and it's fun to be saying bad things about the Jets, bad things about Rodgers because of his vaccine stuff and all that. It's all a bunch of nonsense, really. And whenever any Jet fans out there, we see Garrett and Rodgers talking, you should like the tweet, and it should be a great sign. It's all good vibes.
I mean, on Saturday's practice, the two people who spent the most time next to Rodgers talking with him, Joe Tippmann, Garrett Wilson. Exactly what you want.
Exactly. 100%.
A membership has been gifted by yours truly. I'm going to go all William Sprague and do it one membership at a time. Ladies and gentlemen, the following listener is now an Asmaniac. Janoris Pena, you are a Asmaniac officially. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. We're talking with Andrew Fialkow from JetsXFactor.com. Ryan with a question. He says, do you think we'll see some fullback run plays this season? I love to see that position revived. I don't know how often the fullback will be featured in this offense, Ryan.
Yeah, I think they'll use Rucker, like we said, as like the H-back, so it'll be like an I formation, and he'll be blocking a lot. We don't have a fullback anymore. It's not like Baldwin, who probably has some experience getting carries. Like, Ferkser is not getting any carries. And honestly, we don't want anyone getting carries but Brees, Braylon, Isaiah Davis, and Malachi Corley, and Garrett, honestly, maybe on some jet sweeps. But we don't need to be handing the ball off to these tight ends.
Yep. I don't think they're going to feature the fullback a ton.
No.
It just doesn't seem like it. Let's see. David writes, saying, how much of the playbook gets eliminated if there aren't any shotgun plays? There were 80 years of football without it. I mean, the Jets aren't going to completely abandon the shotgun because of Joe Tippmann. Like, there's just no way.
No, he's gonna be fine. I like the comment, like, relax, like, he's gonna be fine. Snapping the ball 5 yards back, he's been doing it his whole life. It's just a couple of kinks he has to work through. I'm really not worried about Tippmann.
Jets are on the practice field, so as things kind of happen in real time, we'll keep you updated. We'll continue our show here with Andrew Fialkow. Orb says, I truly believe Brees will be the best running back in football next year. Next year? How about this year? Right? If Brees is healthy, he has a chance to be the best in the league. I mean, we know McCaffrey's McCaffrey, but Brees is as good as really anyone besides McCaffrey, and I think he could have a McCaffrey type year.
I know, and we've been talking about it for months now. I mean, the sky's the limit for Brees, and the Madden ratings that came out, he's not even a top 10 ranked running back. There's a lot of things coming out about him that, like, I feel like I've been seeing nothing recognizing how talented he is. That's fine. We know, all Jet fans know how good Brees is, and he's going to have a huge, huge year. This could be the best running back that Rodgers has had his entire career. I mean, maybe Ryan Grant, James Starks, I'm thinking of. Aaron Jones is awesome, but
Eddie Lacy
is great. Yeah, great call. But Brees is unbelievable.
Yep. You know what Brees is? Brees is what John Elway needed at the end of his career with Terrell Davis to win his Super Bowls.
Right. And I think we were just seeing it in training camp a little bit. Like, Rodgers knowing that his safety valve is Brees is so big, because Brees with the ball in his hands is like when I talk about, like, Malachi Corley, how we need to facilitate touches for him because he's so good with the ball in his hands. Brees could turn a 2-yard check down into a 50-yard touchdown any given play. So having that ability where you're not just checking the ball down to, like, say, like an Eddie Lacy who's probably just going to chug forward for a couple yards. Brees has home run ability every single time the ball in his hands. So it's great.
Some interesting notes coming out of camp. Jets starting with a red zone team period. Veteran rest day for Tyron Smith. So Olu Fashanu getting an opportunity to play left tackle. And Morgan Moses is still not practicing yet in teams. So you have Carter Warren playing right tackle. Carter Warren getting an opportunity to get some reps, to me, is a good thing. We know how great it's been for Olu to get the opportunity to fill in, but I like the fact that Olu has looked as good as he has so far. Andrew, what were your thoughts when you watched him in person?
Yeah, I thought he looked really good, and it was against the twos for a bit, but he looks like a natural, and obviously you want that out of your first-round pick. I did just get a text that's not great from my buddy who works for the Jets, and he's at the training camp. He said Michael Carter got hurt. I hopefully it's nothing serious.
Limped off the field, being looked at by trainers. Brandon Eccles is back. So they get Eccles back, and now Carter's dealing with some sort of injury.
Yeah. Limping badly. Okay. Yeah, that's not good. I'm gonna try and figure out what the injury was. Hopefully it's just like an ankle or something. Yeah, not the best. He's collided with Schweitzer. Okay.
Quantez Stiggers, here's your opportunity.
Yeah. Damn. I guess Eccles is our backup nickel. So, well, it's July 31st, so at least we could put him on ice for as long as possible. But yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that for sure.
Yep, we'll keep you posted on that. Obviously, that is not what you want, but it is what it is. Yeah. All right. Anyway, hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Let's see. David says, how would Stiggers do as the slot corner?
That's a great question. I feel like most of the tape I watched on him, he played on the outside, but I'd take Stiggers at this point over Eccles. Eccles kind of has struggled most of the time he's played in the slot with us. But again, just speculating on the injury, even if it's missing a game or two, we're lucky enough that we have Sauce and DJ, so it won't be the biggest deal, but I can't really put into words how important Michael Carter is to this defense. Like, he is extremely, extremely important. So obviously you have to hope for the best there.
Yep, no doubt about it. TB says we have almost a month and a half before opening day.
Yeah,
that we do.
That is true.
Here's an update I like. Garrett Wilson beats Quantez Stiggers for a touchdown in the red zone. Completely dusted him in coverage.
Perfect. That's rep. Stiggers against Garrett. Stiggers needs all those reps. So that's good.
That's a mismatch. Nate writes in, how important is Tack, Fotu, Kinlaw in the Woods and Jefferson's absence? It's my current what to watch for. That's an important development. I do love hearing all the positive reports about Kinlaw so far. And then Tack's been excellent. Fotu's made some plays. I'm telling you, I'm very confident in this this offensive or this defensive line, I should say, for the Jets.
Yeah, I'm completely aligned with you there. Tack was awesome when I was there last Thursday. Fotu was awesome too, and Kinlaw, he seems so bought in. When talking to the media yesterday, he was like breaking down in tears about it. So that the D line's gonna like be pretty seamlessly transitioning into this year. I know we lost those two veterans, but I think these guys have a lot to prove. Kinlaw's a guy with a lot to prove, and he's a really good player. He played under Saleh before, so he has a lot of familiarity in the system. Tack being anything is just a positive because he's going to be a rotational guy for us. He'll probably see 20 snaps a game max, 15 to 20 snaps. And then Fotu is going to be really important for us on early downs. He's a huge run stopper, and he was showing that when I was there a lot.
Ruth writes in, if we keep running our players to the ground in practice, these things will continue to happen. Let's pull the reins a bit. It's football, Ruth. Are you dumb or stupid? Yes or no? Or yes or yes? I mean, it's football. They don't do two-a-days anymore. They barely hit. Like, it's pulling the reins a bit. No one plays in the preseason. What are you talking about?
We're not tackling in practice. There's no tackling going on. It's basically two-hand touch with pads on. So, like, this is just unlucky.
Bye, Ruth. Bye.
Now look what you've done. No more protection from the Asmaniacs. Had to pull you out of the chat and cast you down with the sodomites. Some time in here will feel like you've been run over by the lane train. You understand me? You catch my drift? Give them another 24 hours to think about it.
I just don't have the patience, man. It's football. Every team is going to deal with nicks and bruises over the course of a 6-week training camp.
Yeah. No teams are just going to say, hey, we got one injury, so we're done practicing or whatever. It seems like it was just like a weird thing. So
Bang says, that was rude to call a woman a name. Bang, it's been a pleasure. See ya.
Now look what you've done. No more protection from the Asmaniacs. Had to pull you out of the chat and cast you down with the sodomites. Some time in here will feel like you've been run over by the lane train. You understand me? You catch my drift? Give them another 24 hours to think about it.
Also, I can't prove it, but I'm pretty sure Ruth is a fake troll account because Ruth only writes in just a troll. I don't even think it's actually a woman. I can't prove it, but that's my theory.
Yeah.
Enjoy the whole bang. See you later. Pittsburgh Mike writes in, how has Chuck Clark looked in camp? Does he look healthy coming off the injury? He's made some plays based on what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do anything that notable when I was there on Saturday, but he's a guy who could play everywhere on the defense. He's a guy who's had a lot of success in the league. I'm excited for Chuck Clark. I think he's kind of flying under the radar as a nice piece for this team.
Yeah, I agree. He looked really good on Thursday when I was there. It's just coming off the injury for him is just going to be like the most important thing to see how he is. But I agree. I was excited when we signed him last year. I think him and Tony Adams is a very like underrated safety duo. I love Tony Adams. And then we have Ashton Davis also. So we have so much versatility on the back end. And like you said, it's really not spoken about a lot. I think when we were doing the positional rankings in a couple of months ago, people were pretty down on the safety spot, but I think that's fine if they're down on it. We have a couple of really good players back there, and not many times you could have a guy like Ashton being a backup. I think Ashton's a really good piece in our defense, and he's not going to have to play a ton at all.
Nate says, I was up at 2 o'clock in the morning watching Chuck Clark 2022 Ravens highlights injected into my veins.
Love it.
Nate, you are truly a real Jet fan.
Yep.
I wasn't even a super chat, but I'm giving you that. That was big time. Anyway, Let's open up the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, all calls are presented by Gusbuster, the best umbrella in the world.
If you go to gusbuster.com, you could purchase the best umbrella in the universe. And you can use the promo code Jake, so you'll get 15% off on any of your umbrellas.
First up on our Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline today is a guy, Andrew, that you know well. He needs no introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, he happens to have 12 of them anyway.
Hi, everybody. This is Bob from Vermont. I am Bob, of course.
Hi,
Hello, Bob.
Andrew. How you doing,
I'm
Jake?
good. How we
That
doing?
was my first ever one I ever did on my show. That's what he did.
It's a hell of a show.
Yeah. Jake, I think, banged and what's her name's gonna on a date in the hole.
Yeah, they're having a great time together, Bob, no doubt.
Yeah, they're doing some banging together.
Oh, Bobby, calm the freaky down.
I know. Hi, Andrew. How you doing?
Calm your freaky down.
I'm doing. My legs are getting much better, Andrew.
Oh, good.
I'm going to the wound center on Monday at 10 o'clock. So they got to check my wounds on my feet. I can't walk right now. I went to the doctor, my foot doctor, Monday. And then me and my brother X come and I walk. Oh, no, not right now. But I have to keep my legs elevated and all that. I
Right.
just took my medicines this morning. I'm telling you, my antibiotics knock me out. Just make me tired, you know.
All right.
I might not even have a first show today. I don't know.
All
I might
right.
take a nap.
Are you going to give every one of my guests, Bobby, the medical update?
Well, you always ask too. You ask plenty of times.
I know, but how much has changed since yesterday?
Not much. No.
All right.
Hey, I got my shirt you sent me. Let me see.
Yeah, show off the shirt.
As Maniacs.
Let me go
Yeah.
full screen. There it is.
Beauty.
And then I got my sleeves. And then,
Yeah, you got the
Kicks
Kicks by
Carly.
Carly hat. Yep.
yeah.
All merged
Is-
out.
Isn't that nice?
That's
Very
awesome.
Yeah, my Jake said and my brother one. My face.
Oh, yeah.
My president for, as Maniac presidency.
Pat writes in, I appreciate Bobby's medical updates.
Yep. And we,
Jet Space Girl says, eat more fruits and veggies, Bobby.
yeah, I like fruits.
What's your favorite fruit? An orange?
Orange, yeah, I like orange.
Like your orange
like-
chair?
Apples
Mm.
and grapes.
Mhm.
Yep.
Vegetables, on the other hand, I gotta really get into. Vegetables are nasty. I like, if I eat like salad, I'll eat lettuce, but not like spinach. I have to eat that raw. I don't like it cooked.
Mm.
Other stuff, I like celery. I like
Good.
carrots.
When you
I'm
eat
not-
carrots, you ever say, what's up, Doc?
Yeah,
You do.
I do once in a while. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, Andrew, you're one of the best on here.
Thank you, Bob. I hope
You are the best.
we need you healthy. We need you healthy by week 1 as well.
Yeah, you got to be there week 1, right?
Not in San Fran. I'll be there week
No,
1.
I mean home opener. That's what I mean. No,
That's
I'm
week
not gonna
3.
be- Yeah,
Yeah.
week 3. That's what I mean. Home opener.
Are you going to be
Steven
there?
says, can we talk about
Yeah.
football?
No, we got to talk.
Steven
Gotcha.
wants you mind your business.
We got vegetable talk.
Yeah, I talk about Jets, but I have to tell my friend Andrew how I'm doing. Okay,
Plumpy
Yeah,
says,
tell
you
us.
seem like a sweet potato kind of guy.
I like sweet potato. Yeah, Lumpy's right. I like.
Nick W says, Bobby's either happy and asking questions or mad and ready to talk football.
Nick, I don't know who you are. Thanks for the comment. Thanks for the comment. I don't know you.
Yep.
If I knew you, I would respond better.
Reese says, you look like a young Rex Ryan.
Oh yeah, they said that on the. Somebody said that yesterday on the face. Yeah, I got to shave today. My brother's getting me some razor blades
Nice.
so I can shave and then be all bald by next show. Like Andrew's face. That's how I like my face.
Andrew's growing a playoff beard.
No, he's not. There's no beard on his face.
He just started it today, Bob.
He's clean
Takes a while.
shaven.
Takes a while.
He doesn't like to shave. He doesn't like beards, right, Andrew?
Yeah, I like keeping it clean.
Yeah, me too. Okay, now I let people talk more. People want to talk to Andrew.
Carly says, Bobby, great hat.
Thank you, Carly. You're the one who sent it to me.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Let's see.
Anything else?
Addison
No.
says, bearded Bobby and the bucket hat would be epic.
No, where's Bonesy? No comment from Bonesy.
Do you need a comment from Mr. Bonesy?
I'm waiting for one.
Okay.
So he would give me one. I'll stay in the chat later. I'll talk to you later, Andrew. You be good. I'll see you next week.
Yes,
Bye,
Nice
Bobby.
seeing you. Bye now.
Well, you know I need to walk more to survive unless Jake is going live. Gotta elevate my leg on Bobby.
That's one of the better ones Gators
Oh,
made.
yeah. Oh, my God.
The legend with a super chat. I only hear Garrett's name catching touchdowns. Why? Well, you'll be pleased to learn that I'm seeing Malachi Corley just scored a touchdown on a screen.
Great. Yeah. That's not like a bad thing if Garrett's the only one scoring touchdowns in practice so far. I think that's actually a good thing.
Brees just caught a touchdown from Rodgers in the red zone. I mean, it's football, man. They're going to spread the ball around. Lazard caught some touchdowns in the first couple of days, too, I remember.
Yeah, I just saw that as well. Rodgers hit Brees on a perfectly thrown ball toward the back of the end zone. Brees is going to be so good in the passing game. Yeah. We got to, as much as the training camp information is good and it seemed very encouraging for the most part, it's not, it's nothing to be worried about that Garrett's the only one catching touchdowns. Anytime Garrett's catching a touchdown, it's a good thing. So
100%. This one's from Orb. Bobby, for the love of God, please move the lamp away from the wall. Well, speaking of lamps, this emoji's ready to go, Orb. We just need some more channel members. Need more people to hit the join button. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll continue with your phone calls right now. This guy was at training camp yesterday, rocking the Knoble jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, Jay Quest is next up. Hello, Jay Quest.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
How you doing?
Good, bro. Good, bro. Hey, I heard you taking your geometry regents August 20th. And I heard Gary's nanny's going to come to you, so that's pretty awesome. Take some pictures. I had a question. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I had a question about the kickoffs, right? So I was at practice yesterday, and they were doing a lot of squib kicks. And I feel like the returners had an advantage on the kicks because the guys who were blocking for them kind of have to look back to see when they're getting the ball because that's when they can move. Like, what are your thoughts? You think we'll see a lot touchbacks, or you think we'll see more squib kicks? Because I feel like you might get to the 30, 35 if you kick it off and you do a squib kick. Because I'm saying it's really, I just feel like even though the guys that are blocking have this advantage, when they squib it, you're picking it up on like the 10-yard line. So I feel like you can get to the 35-yard line. Like, I want to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a ton of touchbacks because of the new rules. I think the Jets are going to be at a huge advantage with these rules, with Malachi back there, with Tariq Cohen back there. I think the new rules are going to have it to be a lot more advantageous for the return team. So I think we're going to see more touchbacks than squib kicks for sure.
Now, when you get a touchback, is that on the 30-yard line or the 25?
25.
Oh, 25. Oh, okay. Someone said the 30. I guess that was misinformation. It's funny. They were doing the 2-minute drill yesterday, and so there's no refs there yet. I guess next week the refs come, and they kind of ref themselves. So Sauce was on Garrett one-on-one, and Sauce went towards Garrett, like on the line of scrimmage, and they called an offsides on Sauce. He was all pissed off, and actually Aaron Rodgers was calling for it, and the coaches weren't giving it to him. He's like, no, F that. We want that offsides, and they gave it to him. I thought it was kind of funny because there was a little play with Sauce and Garrett flinching at each other at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, so I saw that on Twitter as well.
It's good shit. All right, guys. Hey, have a good night or day, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah,
guys.
Quest, happy Knoble to you.
Thank you, brother. You too.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jay Quest checking in. This is interesting here. John Simpson off to the sideline in next team session. Not sure what happened. We'll ask Salah about it later. Malachi Corley getting reps and targets with all three quarterbacks in team drills, trying to load them up with reps today. Like to see that. Simpson's back in, ran onto the field with AVT, so I guess they're rotating linemen in with the first team. Lazard has not been in team drills. He's on the sideline with pads on, but no helmet. Chuck Clark with a nice deflection on an end zone shot from Rodgers to Ruckert. Pass was behind Ruckert, but good job by Clark. They get a hand on it. Rodgers has Brees perfectly thrown ball towards the back of the end zone touchdown. Rodgers touchdown in the red zone. That was to Brees. Quinnen Williams just picked off Rodgers. Kinlaw deflected a pass. Williams able to pick the pass off. Rodgers then followed that up with a touchdown to Garrett Wilson on the next play.
Yep. That's all. That's everything I just saw.
A lot of back and forth going on.
Yeah. All good. All good stuff.
What are your thoughts on our latest Edgemo here, Andrew?
We got to get it. That might be the best one so far. Bobby looks great, too. Looks like he's got some nice blue eyes there.
I love it. Hit the like button if you're tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is someone who was at training camp yesterday. I can't believe what I'm looking at here. The great Matt O'Leary is on the line. Hello, Matt.
What is going on, boys? What's going on?
How we doing?
Matt, how are you?
I'm doing good. So I'm sitting at my kitchen table right now. I'm bored because I have landscapers doing a big cleanup at the house right now. And I like to keep an eye on everything. So I don't want to be like up in my office, like away from it all. So I'm kind of just like sitting around waiting. I said, let me turn on the Jake Asman show and call in.
There we are. All right. What were your big takeaways from yesterday, Matt? You were there.
Yeah, I thought the offense was a little better yesterday, but it still wasn't anything like to write home about. And I think Will Parkinson, who obviously you guys know well, he's on the show a lot, had a really good Twitter thread where he's talking about like why the defense is ahead of the offense right now. So I don't really think it's time to panic or anything like that, but still just a little bit sloppy for the offense, I would say.
Makes sense. The fact that the defense is ahead of the offense shouldn't be that surprising. And also, like, the Jet defense is really, really good. Like, they did this to a lot of really good quarterbacks the last 2 years. So it would make sense that with the pads coming on, where typically the defense is ahead of the offense, that would play out early on in camp too.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, it's an elite defensive unit too. It's not like, hey, you're going up against the 30th ranked defense in the NFL. You're going up against a unit that everyone expects to be top 5. So I'm not really all that concerned, although it seems like everyone's getting hurt today, so I don't know what the hell that's about, but I don't like to see that.
Tristan Oliver with a super chat. Matt O'Leary comes on the show and the money rains in. How tall is Matt? He made players look short.
Yeah, so I got a picture with Tyler Conklin yesterday. Great guy. I got an inch on Tyler Conklin. He's 6'3". I'm 6'4". I think he's got like 15 or 20 pounds on me, but he looks a lot better than I do. If I had an extra 20 pounds on me, I'd look like a balloon out there. So he carries it a lot better than I do. But yeah, I got a lot of comments saying that maybe I should suit up for tight end. If you need a really slow possession tight end who can't block, that might be my best role.
I like that. Did any subscribers come up to you yesterday, Matt, and be like, "Holy crap! I can't believe how tall you are"?
Yeah, a couple. I got to shake a few hands, say hello to some people. And I always get, I can't believe you're that tall. I ran into, actually, I was sitting next to pretty much the entire practice, Johnny Ice Cream and his dad. So that was
nice.
That was a great time. It's always fun to see the people you know on the internet out there in Jets land.
Jet-based girl writes in. I already know the answer to this, but I want you to answer. How's married life going, Matt? You need to make her a Jets fan.
So not yet. November 2025, still got a ways out. Taylor is a very good sport about it. Her dad is a huge Jets fan, so we get along very well. And Taylor watches all the games with me, and she knows what's going on. So I would say casual Jet fan territory right now for the fiance.
She knows it's good for business though if the team wins.
Oh, of course, yes. We've been talking a lot about how we need to have the Jets need to have a good season so that like all the Jets YouTube content guys could just go to the moon.
Yes. I asked Andrew about this earlier. Your thoughts on the Tippmann snap situation. At what point are you concerned, if you're concerned?
I mean, it's not great. Like, I would say I'm a little bit concerned about it. Not so much that I'm bailing on him or saying that he can't be the starter, but I do think it's something that needs to be addressed and is worth talking about. I think if we get into preseason games in a couple of weeks and this is still an issue, then that's kind of where I'm being a little bit more concerned. The thing that I don't understand is how they don't really have like a backup center. I think Wes Schweitzer's their number one backup center pretty much. And he's really more of a guard anyway. So I know you guys earlier were talking about McGovern. I'm good with him coming back in a backup role at that minimum. I'm not really saying like sign McGovern and have him start over Tippmann or move Tippmann to guard, but a little bit more center insurance I don't think is a bad thing.
Tom Ace wants to know, did the stick get removed from your butt?
I think the last time I was on, we squashed the beef. I still have yet to go on with Bobby. It's got to happen. Once again, the only info that I have is that he's on after Jake. Unless I have like post notifications on. Maybe that's my next step here is I got to turn post notifications on for anytime Bobby goes live.
Well, you know, I need to find Matt O'Leary. He's supposed to come on my show. I want his butt on a stick. Bobby.
I agree. I think that's the next step. We get you and Bobby together on the Bobby Show, and you could just feel the YouTube magic that'll be being created.
I heard he's taking a nap today, though, so it's probably not going to be today, unfortunately, that we make it on the Bobby Show. I do have a 12:30 meeting, too, so I don't know what time you're going to and when he starts up. This is all information that I'm not privy to. So it's kind of a guessing game for me right now, but
yep,
we will make it happen.
All right, last chance to ask Matt O'Leary a question. He's joining us because he's got the. You said you got the landscapers at the house right now doing their thing.
Yeah, they're outside. The backyard was way overgrown, so I think we got to do a big cleanup here. So shout out Grass Green, something like that. Growing Green Landscape. There we go. Shout them out. They do good work.
How's being a homeowner? How's that going?
It's exciting and nerve-wracking at the same time. I love it, but it's a big responsibility. It's been a fun couple weeks here, but still kind of settling in and getting everything up to speed.
Chicken Jenkins wants to know, what's your favorite gluten-free beer?
So I haven't really found one that I love. I guess I think it's called Red Bridge or Red Ridge, something like that is the only one that I really tried. I'm more of a liquor guy. I like bourbon. So pretty much whiskey, bourbon, that's usually my go-to when I'm out.
Let's see. Oregon Jet says men should cut their own grass.
Okay, this is a very valid criticism, although unfortunately, something that I don't have at the house yet is a shed or a garage. So I don't have anywhere to store a lawnmower or lawn care equipment. In the 5-year plan, there will be an extension put on the house, but unfortunately, and that will include a garage, but unfortunately, I do not have that right now. So I don't want to wheel my lawn care equipment back inside the house or store it outside. So a slight issue with that, but I understand where Oregon's coming from. I got to hand in my man card, I guess.
James is making demands. He says, put me on with Matty O, please. Miss that guy. Ladies and gentlemen, big game James. Hello, James.
Oh, wow. I did not expect you to do that. Appreciate you, Jake. Matty O, how you doing, kid?
I am doing great. Long time no talk, James. How are you?
I know. I've been a jerk. I haven't called your show. Jake Asman, haven't been on you in a while. It's been a very busy summer for me. So I'm actually coaching football this upcoming season. I'm learning the offensive side of the ball. So I'm just all over the place this summer. So it's been crazy for me. But I haven't seen you guys in a while, so I wanted to reach out. I also wanted to confirm that Matteo is 6'4". I've met him twice throughout the past couple of seasons with the Jets. So he is 6'4", guys, and I'm 6'2". He's taller than me, so trust me. He's like my brothers. They're all taller than me. I got the short end of the tall genes. But the reason why I also wanted to get on here was that I wanted to talk about it's football, guys. Like, what do you expect? Like, tensions are going to get high. We have competitors being competitors. That's the name of the game. Yeah, do we want to bubble wrap everyone? Yes, but it's not always going to be ideal and perfect. Sometimes crap happens. I mean, listen, we had Aaron Rodgers play one series last season. What happened 4 snaps in? He gets injured, unfortunately. Michael Carter just trying to be competitive, and unfortunately, he got hurt. Like, unfortunately, we can't always protect these guys. We've got to play football, so it is going to is. So it's going to be fine. Hopefully, it's just some type of stinger or something, and, these players get surrounded by, like, top medical professionals and athletic trainers. They'll find a way to tape them up to get them back on the field. So relax. We're fine. But it's good to see all you guys again. Appreciate you. I'll try to get on more often. I'm just, again, bit busy. And Matt, I will try to call in next Wednesday. I promise. I'll try to get back on the horn with you.
I'm going to hold you to that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's a promise. I'll put it on my calendar right now.
James, Thank you very much, my man. James will be coming to our event at T Squared Social on the 17th. So I'm looking forward to that. This is a question from Ray. He wants to know, can we get Matt's Jets dark horse this year? Who's going to surprise everyone?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I'm going to go Chuck Clark, someone you guys were talking about earlier. I am also a big fan of Chuck Clark, and I think he's being slept on. I think he's going to be an upgrade at strong safety for the Jets. And I'm with you guys here. I think that the safety duo is being a little bit underrated with Tony Adams and Chuck Clark. I think it's going to work.
King Lowski says this show has officially become epic with Matt O'Leary joining. Yeah.
I love it. King Lowski's the best.
King Lowski, a one of one. Let's see. Want to make sure we didn't miss any questions here. Jay Quest wants to know, can you show us your jet cave? Is your jet cave in place? I saw you on Talking Jets last night. You had some stuff up on the wall.
Yeah, we are getting close to finishing it. Once it's done, I will do a full video showing it off. But I am very pleased with how it's coming along, and we are in the home stretch of having that finished.
Beautiful. Well, Matt, good luck with the landscaping. Appreciate you popping in. This was fun.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good rest of your show.
Ladies and gentlemen, Matt O'Leary doing his thing. Ray says, I love the take. Let me ask you the same question, Andrew. Dark horse, sleeper on this Jets team.
Defense, offense, or either.
You pick.
Braylon Allen, I think. I think he's going to actually have like a big contribution as a rookie this year. And obviously, you always temper your expectations on rookies, but I don't know, man. Just watching him in training camp live, hearing all about him in training camp, I think he's going to be huge. Obviously, Brees is going to be in the game 80% of the snaps, but we haven't had a really good backup running back, I feel like, in a while, like a really, really good one. I feel like Braylon is almost, with the way he's built, he could be a starter. I think he's going to be a huge, huge asset on offense. And I also think Tyler Conklin is still underrated somehow. And I think he's going to be maybe second highest in catches. Maybe third, because I feel like Brees will be second. I think he'll be like third highest in catches on the team this year.
Excellent. Andrew, great job as always, man. This was a lot of fun. Maybe next week, after we meet in person at that training camp practice on Thursday, we'll get you on and you'll give some takes from that. I can't believe it's already a joint practice, that commie practice 1 week from tomorrow.
Yep, that sounds perfect, Jake. Appreciate you guys. Thanks, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's Andrew Fialkow, and a big shout out once again to Uncle Fialkow for rocking the merch in the merch store. JakeAsman.com if you want to look like Uncle Fialkow. Who wouldn't? Hit the like button. Carly says Fialkow Fanatics. I thought they were called Fleischer Fanatics. More calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Dirty is on the line. The great Dirty of the Iconical clothing brand. Hello, Dirty.
Hey, Jake. How's it going, dude?
I'm living the dream, man.
Me as well. I am moving in group. So, by the way, we have somebody in the chat named Tom Ace. Like, do you know where that name stems from?
Tom Ace? I don't know if I do. No.
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, when he could not allow himself to be known as Ace Ventura, so he said,
that's right.
Tom Ace. So I wonder if that's his real name, by the way. That would be hilarious if it is.
I could tell you it is not. I have met Tom in person.
So I'm gonna guess that's probably where it is.
But his real name is Tom. But I'm not gonna dox the man. You know, he wants to remain anonymous. I'm just glad he's a real person.
Hey, fair enough. So I agree with Andrew that I believe it's going to be Braylon Allen. It's going to be a dark horse as well, especially for not just his ability, but his blocking ability as well. Like, I can see him. I mean, he's like 235, 240 pounds. That's a big dude. He could pick up some blitzes. You know, like some of these linebackers coming in might get squashed, trying to, when he picks them up. But I did have a question about the kickoff, and I saw something yesterday. I don't know if it's true, but is it true that they're saying that you can't onside kick before the fourth quarter?
That is true. New rule this year.
Wow. Okay, and you can't onside kick unless you're losing.
I think that's also true, I want to say.
Okay, I saw a tweet, so I didn't know. There's so many tweets out there, you don't know what's true, what's not. So, but that's interesting. That changes the complete. I mean, it makes it more live in the fourth quarter. That's for damn sure. But it's pretty interesting. I will say this about the two big stories so far with Reddick and Tippmann. Tippmann, I'm not really worried about. He is I'll say he's a yes sir boy. So I believe he's going to dig deep, understand what he's got to do. Rodgers is going to lead him to the right place where he's got to be. It's training camp. Everybody's shaking the rust off. We're going to get to where we have to be. As far as Reddick goes, look, there's not a lot of holdouts that go all the way through since Le'Veon Bell. And
that was before the new that was also before the new CBA too, Dirty. Like that was before the $50K a day fines were implemented, the 15% signing bonus kicker, the unmovability to waive the fines, right? So Reddick's going to show up at some point. It's just a matter of when.
I agree, and he's not the only person that's holding out in the NFL, right? This stuff happens all the time. It'll be settled the way it's always got to be settled. So, and one other thing, I actually started writing for fantasy football. So I'm going to send you guys, everybody in the chat. It's called Last Word on Sports. So I'm going to start putting articles out, and I'll send them into the Discord and all this other good stuff for you guys in case you guys want some information.
I love it. Well, you're in our high stakes fantasy league, so I'm a little intimidated now that you know fantasy this well.
I am ready to roll, baby. I'm ready to roll. I've been doing my studying.
Dirty, you're the man. Appreciate the call as always, my friend. Love the shorts. Those are cool looking shorts. Rob V says, bet on the Yanks tonight or no chance we sweep. If you bet on them tonight, you're not going to be able to get the bet in. They played during the day today. 12:35 first pitch for Yankees baseball. How about that win by the Yankees last night? A game I never would have imagined they'd be able to win the way they played the last 2 months. But these last 4 games, it is all turned around. Jazz Chisholm. James writes in, are there spots for the event with Richie next week still available? Yes. East Hanover next Wednesday, 1 week from today, August 7th. Let's go. RSVP if you're coming. We have, last I checked before the show, we had 15 spots. I just checked my phone here. We got an alert. Someone else RSVP'd. That means there is 14 spots left. So if you're coming, it's BYOB. It's 15 minutes from the Jets facility in Florham Park. The Jets have a practice that morning, open for fans. The next day, they have a practice against the Commies, a joint practice, open for fans. I will be at both. We got the meeting 1 week, meetup 1 week from tonight. It's going to be wild. It's going to be crazy. The Mexican food's going to be great. Enjoy it, baby. It's all happening. Ricky NY says, Jake, my son subbed to your channel. I got him an Asmaniac bucket hat. Well, Ricky, I appreciate you and your son. Thank you. Pittsburgh Mike writes in, if you could pick one notable difference between this year's and last year's camp, what would it be? Seems like a big one is how much better the O-line has looked. Any other positives or negatives? I think the O-line is by far and away the biggest positive, that they're out there practicing. Soon enough, Morgan Moses will be back. You'll get the 5 starters out there getting reps, building chemistry together. And the other notable difference is Tyrod Taylor's good. He's a good backup. That's the other big difference. That's why this team is better. Way better. Like, it's not even close. TB says, a lot of times I listen to the show while I drive, walk, or do stuff. I don't get to actually watch. It's even more entertaining to actually get to watch. Thank you. I agree. Harvey says, I'm working on a new song, a rock song for Jake and the Asmaniacs. Well, Harvey, your country jam was epic, so I can't wait. Mr. Bonesy says, I'm nervous about Michael Carter. Too valuable. Just like last year against the Eagles, we were missing Sauce, DJ, and Eccles, but defense stayed sound with MC2 holding down the slot. I'm praying over here. I mean, look, he was limping. It doesn't mean he's going to die, right? If he has to miss some time, there's still over a month until the season. So let's not forget that. Did I read this super chat from Carmen? I hope I did. I think I did. It's my wife's birthday today. She's watching with me. Thanks, Jake, for the show. Carmen, happy birthday to your wife. If I didn't already say it, I forget. Comments, questions, super chats. Will continue to cut the line. Allison Tuckwab, who's been a channel member for 1 full month. I heard you say name. I've said many names, Allison. I don't know what name you're specifically referring to, but we do love you, Allison. Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls right now. Nate is on the line, rocking some Jake Asman Show merch. What's up, Nate?
Going on, Jake? The merch came in. I'm super stoked on it. This is a really, really nice hoodie, man. Really,
looks great.
Quality. It's got like the eyelets for the strings so they don't get sucked up in there and you lose them for the rest of your life. The hat looks good. I'm not a forward hat wearing guy. I just kind of look goofy with it. But backwards, bro.
Nice.
This is the fit, bro. I like it.
Snapback. I love it. I love it. Tremendous, Nate. Thank you so much.
I'm looking forward to the fall, man. This is going to be a fit. This is going to be on a steady rotation. Just calling in. I hate for it to become the Braylon Allen Dark Horse show. But, everybody loves Bobby's favorite Jets player. And I was wondering, because I kind of look at football in terms of fantasy. Maybe it's just because I became a fantasy football fan before I was a football fan.
Yep.
But Braylon Allen looks he just looks like a goal line back, doesn't he? Like he just looks like the kind of guy that could take that role. And I mean, it's hard to say that when he's Breece Hall and he's electric with the ball in his hands, and there's not really a sample size of Breece in the red zone, unfortunately. So we don't really know what we have there. I mean, obviously, anytime he touches the ball, it could be a house call. But do you think Braylon Allen could even take some of those short yardage, or even like goal line snaps, or even like the 3rd and long and like pass pro? Do you think that's where he kind of has that role Andrew was talking about, like a significant contributor?
Yeah, I do. I also think Breece is still going to be so heavily involved just because we haven't really seen it. It's because it's not his fault. He's been either hurt or the quarterback play. It's been an abomination. We heard today that he had a red zone touchdown on a wheel route. So we're going to see it. I mean, Breece is going to be a big factor there, Nate, but Braylon Allen has continued to impress. He's going to have a role on this team, and he should.
Absolutely. I'm excited for the Jets season, man. I'm so excited. Padded practices are great. Shout out to Nate for showing us some clips. Yesterday I was dialed in from the realm. But
that's right.
I was enjoying it, man. Let's go Jets.
Nate, excellent call, but you take back your opinion on Margot Robbie this instant.
So I'll take it back just because the way she is as Duchess in Wolf of Wall Street. Oh, beautiful.
Nate, excellent job by you. Well done. Shout out to Nate, rocking my favorite snapback that we have in the store and the Jake Asman Show hoodie. Harvey says, I need to get some merch, damn it. Well, Harvey, you're on Patreon, so all your merch is 15% off at jakeasman.com. Ladies and gentlemen, Dre is dropping a 5 spot. Are the memberships going to fly off the shelves? Many people are asking.
Oh, nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dre gifting 5 channel memberships. They went to the following listeners. Who is Clark? Doja88, Bob P, Georgie, Eric Barty, all receiving a channel membership from Dre. Let's go. Let's go. He's going to die, baby.
Hey, Dre, what do you think about Brock Purdy?
He's going to die.
JQuest says, I'm never getting a membership. You never are. JQuest also writes, my son has Spider-Man sheets on his bed. He's requesting Jake Asman sheets. Make it happen. What size bed does your son sleep in? This is the stuff we need to know. JQuest will never get a membership. I'll tell you what, the listener who gives JQuest their membership can pick any item they want in the merch store. Any item. Could be the most expensive item. In fact, the listener who gives JQuest a membership will get 2 items in the merch store. Because I'm so confident that we need to find a way to get JQuest a membership. It's important. The man wore a Knoble jersey to Jet practice yesterday. Enough said. So if you're a listener and you give JQuest his membership, any 2 items in the merch store. Any 2. Jay Graves giving it a shot with a gifted membership. Robert Hanan has received a channel membership. Congratulations, Robert. Plumpy Boy is giving it a shot. Oh, baby. Let's see who this went to. Michael DeNaples has received a channel membership. I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. Carly is throwing in a teddy bear. So 2 items and a teddy bear if you're the person who gives JQuest his membership. And no, there's no ring around. JQuest can't sign up himself and get free stuff. That defeats the purpose of the exercise. Think about that. Nate says, thanks for taking my call. Well, thanks for calling, Nate. David says, Allen might be 4th quarter gold and keep Breece Hall fresh during the year. They should be a team that runs the ball a lot. There's a reason why they drafted 2 backs. And we've seen this in the NFL. Typically, running backs hit the ground running right away. It's the opposite of quarterbacks. That's how it goes. Also, Garrett Wilson is dominating practice with Rodgers. 6 touchdowns in the red zone from Aaron Rodgers. Jets offense looks awesome, according to Nick Faria. That's how you bounce back. That's what you want to see. You don't want to see the defense win every day. You don't want to see the offense win every day. You want to balance. You want a balanced attack. Corley makes nice grab in back of the end zone on a fade from Rodgers. Corley getting more reps in recent days due to injuries. Let's go. Corley catches Rodgers' 5th touchdown. Corner route from 14 yards out. Perfect ball from Rodgers. Rodgers to Breece Hall, 20-yard touchdown. I love it. Congratulations to J.S. Haynes. He has officially signed up to be a Patreon member. If you're a true Asmaniac and you're not on the Patreon, you're missing out. All the perks you get, including every item in the merch store, 15% off, access to the exclusive Discord channel, your name in the intro, the show in audio form, bonus shows every month that are not on YouTube. I have dropped 3 already this month that are not on YouTube. More to come. Ladies and gentlemen, Reese is making it rain with a 5 spot of channel membership.
Show me the money. Show me the money! Money.
Here we go. 5 names. Michael Pedregosa, Rick, Dick Chimney's Burner, Mad Willie, Johnny Danks, all officially receiving channel memberships. Reese, excellent job by you, but JQuest did not get a membership. He never will. Purple Belt Mike says, dude needs to turn on gift receipts. JQuest claims he has. Purple Belt Mike says, Rodgers to Corley / Garrett is orgasmic.
Calm your freaky down.
It really is, though. You're not wrong, Mike. Jesus Jerry says, have you tried Javon Kinlaw's weight gain method? I have not. I have not. John says, Tip must be snapping okay. I saw Nick tweeted that he's had a few high snaps, but not as bad as yesterday. So, improvement. I mean, they're cooking in the red zone, so the snaps got to be fine for that. Rodgers to Garrett Wilson. Touchdown from 5 yards out. Aaron Rodgers, 10 of 12, 6 touchdowns, 1 interception. Quinnen Williams off tip pass. Wilson has 3. Hall 2. Corley 1. A good day for the Jet offense. I love the Rodgers is cooking the Jets defense. Dude, the Jets were so bad in the red zone last year. Oh my God. King of Kings says, Corley already better than Elijah Moore, and it's only practice. I mean, Elijah Moore, unfortunately, just was beyond overrated. And, you know, I drank the Elijah Moore Kool-Aid, too, going into his second year. It's a shame. ISU writes in, my weight gain method involves lots of pizza. So you're not eating 6 chicken breasts at lunch like Javon Kinlaw? Tom A says, comment on a few videos, Jay Quest, and you'll get it. I Joe Namath guarantee it. Yeah, Jay Quest, why don't you comment after the fact? If you want a gifted membership, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Many of you are trying to get free memberships. You're not even subscribed. There's 223 people watching right now, actually 230. Hit the like button and then subscribe, and then you got a chance at getting a gifted membership. Because, I don't know what it's in the water today, but it is raining memberships. King Lowski, a 5-spot, baby. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, 5 from King Lowski. Here we go. Roseanne, James Bowen, Joseph Rivera, Bryce Hayden, all officially receiving a channel membership. Let's go. Yeah.
I need some of your mama's chicken soup.
Let's go. That's no go says. This practice reminds me of when Fitzpatrick threw 6 interceptions versus the Chiefs, but the opposite. Yeah. I mean, have the Jets the Jets scored 18 touchdowns all year last year. So I know it's practice, but Rodgers carving up a great defense. I mean, come on now. James with a sign up. Well, I can't believe what my eyes are looking at. Someone signed up to become a member without getting it gifted. James, welcome aboard. Thank you very much for the support. I appreciate that, man. Super chat from Dre. Uh-oh. A $10 super chat from Dre. Let's go. Let's go, Dre. I truly cannot stand Chris Canty. This morning he talked about A-Rod ruined Mike McCarthy, then said he was washed. GM 1, I want him just to scream and then go Super Saiyan, scorched earth Aaron. Chris Canty despises Aaron Rodgers and is always wrong. So I really do not care for his opinion at all. There is a clear bias there. I don't know why, right? Like I don't know what the beef is, but Chris Canty's analysis on Aaron Rodgers has always been pathetic.
This guy is a cancer that's metastasized throughout the entire building in Florham Park. And I don't know why Jets fans can't see it.
Big word there, Chris. Metastasize. No one believes your nonsense. That's why we don't see it. Let's see. Nate says, starting to think JQuest doesn't have gifts on. JQuest with a super chat. For the record, I can afford a membership, but I'm waiting for a gift because caring is sharing. Isn't sharing caring? Isn't it the other way around? Either way. Many people are questioning if JQuest has gift receipts turned on. Are you kidding me? A 10 spot from Dre. My goodness. What is happening? Is Brock Purdy going to die?
Is Brock Purdy going to run for his life on the opener? He's going to die. Let's go. J-E-T-S, Jets.
We are not done. A 5 spot from King Lowski. What is happening right now? This is crazy. $10 and a 5. Here we go. 15 names are about to be read. If you got a membership, it's just $5 to give someone else a membership and pay it forward. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Tim Odenthal, Christian Thompson, Just for Fun, Morning Woody Johnson. I added the Johnson part. KT, Broadway Scott, NYJ Dave, Brandon Roberts, Joel Eidelberg, Chris M, D-Rock, Lou Rodriguez, Ernest Duncan, Chris KV, Who Dat Dude, and me. You are all recipients of receiving channel memberships. Ladies and gentlemen, a legend has super chatted us. The great Green Bean is watching the show. I'm concerned very little, Jake. We're stacked. I'm with you, Green Bean. Amen. I think this team is loaded, and I love seeing the way the offense bounced back this morning. We're going to be joined later this afternoon by Nick Faria on the show at 4 p.m. Eastern. He's going to recap practice. Nick did send out a tweet breaking it down. I'll read it to you guys. Short practice is over. Big takeaways. Offense completely dominated the day. Rodgers had 6 touchdowns in all red zone work and looked great. Big winner today was Malachi Corley. I have him for 3 touchdowns and was used all over the field. Oh, my God, there's a Woody Johnson in my pants after reading that. Michael Carter's injury is something to keep an eye on. Once he got hurt, defense got blasted. Best defensive player was Chuck Clark. He's flying around and has a physical side to him that will help this defense. Obviously, we keep our eyes on the severity of the Carter injury, but Rodgers 9 of 11 with 6 touchdowns. Offense needed a big day. They got themselves a big day. Plumpy Boy gifted 1 Jake Asman channel membership. And it went to Aiken. Boom. Aiken, congratulations. Now, joining us on the line right now is a guy who insists his gift receipts are turned on. Ladies and gentlemen, JQuest. Hello, JQuest.
What's up? Yeah, everyone keeps saying that I have a brand account. It's not true. I don't have my gifts on. I have my gifts on. I have no clue what's happening, and it's fine. In fact, when I get gifted, I'm going to gift 5 more. All right? That's my plan.
A lot of people are questioning it, JQuest. A lot of people don't seem to believe you.
I sent you that message. I showed you. I know, I can turn it on and off, but it's on. And listen, until I get it, I'm not going to be a member, and it's okay with me. I'm fine with that.
Do you feel like you're being unfairly criticized?
Yes, a little bit. I'm a little upset at the Jet fan base right now. I'm a little hurt, but it's okay because we're a family. Yeah. And I think they're going to come through. Maybe 10 more, 20 more. It's going to happen. Someone's going to get, 2 merchandise and then a bear, dude. So gift those memberships, baby. Get me one, baby, and I'll gift 5 more when I'm gifted.
Well, here apparently is the deal. If you're gifted a membership, you're going to get 2 items in the merch store and a teddy bear.
Exactly.
I mean, that's big time.
That's huge. So
now, what size bed is your son sleeping if we make Jake Asman show sheets?
It's my little guy, a twin.
A twin size bed. All right. What? Yeah. Let me add that to my merch store list I got here.
That's terrific, dude.
Nate says JQuest is getting doghoused by the YouTube algorithm.
It's true. It is true. It's bullshit. Sorry.
Well, J-Quest,
We'll see what happens. I'll see you
I
guys
wish
later.
you the best of luck. All right. Now, a bunch of you have asked for an emoji for Dre, and I want everyone to know the Dre emoji's ready to roll, people. It's about time we honor Dre. We have 2 emojis we're working on implementing once we hit the threshold. The Bobby Lamp and, ladies and gentlemen, the Dre emoji. I would think a guy who is as passionate as Dre deserves an emoji. Well, that's for the audience to help me get there because I can't add emojis unless we hit a membership threshold, and we still need another 40 or so for me to be able to add this. Sean is calling his shot. Haason Reddick gets a new contract tomorrow, $20 million with incentives. I think that is a fair guesstimate on what it probably will take to get it done. Ladies and gentlemen, Marvelous 33 gifting a membership. It went to Trice G. Trice, congratulations. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Franco says, may have to move Reed to the slot if Michael Carter's out. Prays okay for a short-time injury. I think Brandon Echols would go in the slot. How about pillow and blanket Jake Asman show merch? Who's on board with that? King Lowski, he writes in with a 11-month free Asmaniac super chat. J Quest, I'm on the same wave. I was gifted, so I'm gifting back too. JETS Jets, baby. This is our season to win it all. Let's go. Jeremy wants a bottle opener. Jeremy, if you're coming to my event at T Squared Social on August 17th, all Jet fans in attendance will receive an Asmaniac bottle opener. That's one of the giveaways that I have for everyone who is coming out to our event on August 17th. So you're in luck. The Asmaniac bottle opener is in the works. Nate says, I'd like a Jake Asman Show blender bottle. That's a good one. Ryan says, Dre deserves the emoji. Let's check how many we are away from a new channel emoji. See if YouTube updated the threshold. Let's find out. Let's see. We are 43 away. It's because we have so many that keep expiring. So, if we don't get it that day, it's tough. And then the numbers change based on what number emoji you're at total. I don't know. YouTube's got to revamp their channel member process, but you guys have heard me complain about that for a while. Darth Crypto has gifted a membership. EA is the recipient of the channel membership. Congrats, EA. Green Bean says, come to Charlottesville, Virginia, Jake. There's at least 3 Jet fans down here. We'll do our next meetup there, Green Bean. It'll be me, you, and 2 other Jets fans. Green Bean, if you somehow can make it to T Squared Social, though, we'll give you the full VIP service. Carly writes in, can't wait to see you all on the 17th. It's going to be a magical time. Please RSVP if you are attending. It is a free event, but we are asking those who are attending to RSVP. The link is in the description, and I'm going to put it in the live chat for those who are tuned into the show right now. Let's see. Jesus Jerry says, can you organize Neil Cigar undie, please? You want a Neil Cigar underwear? Is that what that means? Am I interpreting that correctly?
These goddamn exploding cigars. I gotta go, Jake. I'll call back later. Shit.
Andrew Fialkow is watching the Salah press conference. Michael Carter ankle. Salah said not long term. Great news. Great news. Robert Salah said, I thought he was felt on the football field. I thought he had a really good day when asked about Malachi Corley. Corley having a big day today is a notable thing to watch. Now we see what he does to build on it. Kay Adams is at Jets camp today. I'm sure she'll get a one-on-one with Rodgers. Rodgers out here doing the Ric Flair walk, playing pranks on coaches and throwing dime after dime. Where's the fuming AR, everybody? Yeah. I mean, the fact that the defense could dominate a day and then the offense could dominate a day just shows you how damn good this team is. That's the bottom line. People maybe don't want to hear it, but they're stacked. This team is going to be so good if Rodgers is healthy. That's what it comes down to. Zachary says, is the green and white game padded? Yeah, they're going to be in full pads on Saturday. Yep. Last chance to get in. If you want in on the conversation, Gusbuster Hotline is open. Hit the like button if you're tuned in. Let's see. Sluggo says ankle sprains could be worse than a break sometimes. Well, we don't know the severity of the sprain. If it's not a serious sprain, then we don't know. The fact that they're not concerned is a positive, though. Shouldn't be a long-term deal. Good. That's what you want. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is a member of our 4% female demo. Ladies and gentlemen, Jay Graves is on the line. Hello, Jay Graves.
Hey, Jake, what's up today?
Jay Graves, I'm good. I'm excited about the offense having a big-time practice.
Same. I called to say I think I'm excited for this season. Let's go.
It took today to get you excited. You're finally bought in.
Well, now that I know we're going to the practice, thank you again. I am so pumped. I haven't been to one since college. You're talking 20 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're going next Wednesday?
Yeah, and then to meet up with you guys in East Hanover. So I'm making a day out of it.
Love it.
Yeah, and then so I did have plans for the Panthers watch party, but they fell through. So I'll be at T Square, T Social. I'll be there. And I will say, keep all these gifts coming in. Like I was telling you yesterday, I'm a long-time lurker. But when I got that gift subscription, the gift subscription, I kind of went all in, got my Patreon. I'm also going to the Halloween game. And that's kind of also why I started calling in. I'm like, let me start to meet some people so I'm not this dork walking around by myself on Halloween. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting everybody. Love what we're here at training camp. I'm pumped, man. Let's go. J-E-T-S, Jets. Let's
go, Jay Graves. Bringing the energy. I love it. I'm so glad she's coming to the event on the 17th. Tremendous. Join the Patreon, people. Get in the Discord, man. That's where the community really grows. Patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. For less than a cup of coffee a month, you get bonus shows, Discord access, your name in the intro, 15% off all merch in the store. Now think about that. If you plan on buying merch, you're going to save more than $5. So you're getting Patreon for free, essentially. We've gotten a lot of Patreon subs the last couple of days. I'm grateful for that. J.S. Haynes, Jerry, Mike Dems, Aaron Jacobs, Greg Jr., thank you for your support. We could not do it without you. Dano says 6 weeks to heal is plenty. MC doesn't need time. Michael Carter will be fine. If you are going to suffer any injury, you want it now than closer to the season, obviously. Love it. catching up on Twitter here. Let's make sure we're that we're not missing anything from the Saleh press conference. Robert Saleh says Sauce Gardner and Tony Adams have stepped up as leaders on the defense. Well, that's what you want. I think Sauce is going to be a captain this year with CJ. Saleh, on what he's seen from Will McDonald in these padded practices, much, much stronger. Said he's flashing. Good to hear. A positive update on Will McDonald. By the way, Jet fans, tonight I'm doing 3 hours of radio on Mad Dog nationally, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Will Parkinson's going to join me at 12:30 a.m. Eastern. So be on the lookout for that. Dano says, Jake, good thumbnail today. Thank you. I'm working on my thumbnail game. Dave says, a blessing is no knee injury for Carter. 100%. Last chance to get in here before we wrap up show number 1. We're back in 4 hours. Nick Faria breaks down today's epic Rodgers practice. David says, going to make a Mad Dog style bet. I don't have 10 grand to put on the Jets win total over, but I did put $300 on the Jet win total over. So I'm confident like Mad Dog. I don't know, man. New York City rent ain't cheap. I can't put 10 grand on the Jet win total over. I'm not making Mad Dog money yet. I'm going to need a lot more super chats for that. Dre says, I'll call in tonight. Please do, Dre. I'm going to probably talk a lot of Jets on the show. Three Siblings says, I think Williams will start getting up to speed next week or two. I think that he's going to start practicing around mid-August. Nate says, will you talk Yankees deadline? Yeah, definitely doing some baseball tonight. Going to hit on the Yankees for sure. Jazz Chisholm, all of it. Dre saying he will call in tonight. This is why Dre needs to be the next emoji, folks. Look at this guy. Nate says, gonna have to tune in. You should. Sluggo says, will the real Will McDonald step up this year? I think Will McDonald's going to be a productive player, right? Like, I have faith in the Jets' defensive coaching staff getting him ready. And McDonald did make plays last year. It's not like he did nothing. He did flash at times. We saw it. I'm encouraged by Will McDonald. I'm not, good or bad, get a cast judgment on the guy on July 31st. It's good to see that he had a good day today. Rob says, Dre emoji over another Bobby emoji all day, every day. How many Bobby emojis do we have right now? Let's see. We have 1, 2, I think we have 2, right? We have the OG one, the lawn chair one. I think that's 2. There's 2 V-Man ones. Carly says, when can we change the nugget emoji? Never. Carly's favorite player is Will McDonald because she once ate 73 chicken McNuggets at the Times Square McDonald's, setting the record there in 10 minutes. Nate writes in, 40-piece McNugget to dome piece after practice, 5 working sets of 8 on bench. That's a lot. That is a lot. Carly says, no, my favorite player is Jeremy Ruckert. I'm on the record saying this. Lindenhurst's finest, Jeremy Ruckert. The chat right now is just all McNugget emojis. I can't even find any comments or questions to read. Oh my God. Love it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got time for one more call. We saved arguably the best for last. Ladies and gentlemen, we bring on right now our king, King Lowski. Hello, King Lowski.
Jake, my brother, Jake, my brother. It's always good to see you on this Wednesday, my brother. Training camp is in full effect. Robert Saleh is talking his noise. And, baby, we primed and ready to go. Now, let me just say this, okay? Carly, calm your freaky down. You're getting too freaky. Second of all, hey, Michael Carter, make sure we staying healthy, baby. Make sure we keeping that secondary together. Now, okay, I heard earlier somebody say we need to ramp it down. Let me tell you something. It's July 31st. We've been waiting for football for months. Ain't no ramping shit down. You hear me? Okay? Nothing but ramping up. All right? It's the damn season, and we ready, baby. We prime and ready. You hear me? Okay? Make sure you go get your Jake Asman merch. You know the king needed a new crown, baby. Okay? Asmaniac in the building. Let me say this, baby. We ain't ramping nothing down. We got to ramp up, make sure that defensive line is in a 10-man rotation, ready to go. Okay? Haason Reddick, get your act together, son. We need you out on that damn field. Okay? We ain't got time for the headlines. All right? The hell with them headlines. All right? Now, at the end of the day, baby, we going to get that offensive line in check. All right? Olu Fashanu, let's get it ready, son. All right? Learn from the best. Tyron Smith. All right? Don't act like we ain't got the best roster in the AFC East, baby. Okay? Let's get it ready. All right? Them fish got problems over there. Them little Jills, they got problems over there. We already know them punk-ass Patriots is in the basement, and they gonna stay in the basement for the next 50 years. You can best believe that. All right? Let's get it going. Let's get it ready, baby. JTF! JTF! Just that.
Yeah, King Lowski. Let's go, baby. Yeah. 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 Our king, baby. One of the greats. How's that to wrap up a show? I'm fired up. Tom says the Asmaniac bucket hat on Lowski's perfection. JakeAsman.com. Get yourself an Asmaniac bucket hat. Love it. Fun show. Nick Faria later today, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, will join us for an eyewitness account of Rodgers lighting up the Jet defense at practice today. How's that for an offensive bounce back? We break that down this afternoon. Before we leave, please click the like button. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. It is easy to do. If you're a Jet fan that's not subscribed, I'm convinced you actually don't like the Jets. Sorry, those are the rules. Appreciate you all. Thanks to everyone who gifted a membership. Thanks to everyone who sent in a super chat. Thank you to Andrew Fialkow, who joined us for the first hour of today's program. Thank you to Matt O'Leary, who made a guest cameo appearance during the first hour of today's program. Once again, I want to thank you all for your support. My name is Jake Asman. This has been the Jake Asman Show. I will talk to you guys in just a bit. JETS, 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 Jets.
There's been a lot of you out there asking about who he be. Well, he's about to let you know.
He's Charles.
This rap is so hot, you'll play it on a loop. You'll never get the recipe for chicken noodle soup. Super a spider or even a bat. Got nothing on me or Bobby with his hat. Lady's gotta be a 10 if I'm gonna date her. Shout out to my homie, his name is Gator. I'm Charles.
To all you other guys trying to rap on Jake's show, got nothing on this guy and his flow.
He's Charles.
These bars be so hot, I'll get invited on Fallon. You know who won't? That hater, Alan. My comic book and movie takes are so hot and wild. Since my last verse, Johnny had another child. My YouTube is blowing up and I'm becoming a star. My takes are fresh like the clothes on VR. I'm Charles.
Jets, Yankees, comics, hip-hop. Nobody compares when it comes to him. He's Charles.
I see everyone on Jake's show trying to prop bars. I'm the only one jumping over cars. Lowski calls the show and he's always really loud. Shout out to Nick, you know he'd be proud. I don't like Zach or his family, they're Mormon. First name Charles, last name Gorman. I'm Charles, motherfucker.
You just witnessed the debut of a proud New York Jet fan and a Jake Asman production. Brought to you by the man, the myth, the legend himself.
I'm Charles.
You talk to Alan, but you can't talk to me. Oh, thank you. Stop that freaking noise. Stop. Stop farting. Stop with that farts.
One of my first cards was in the 90s, the quarterback who went down with ACL.
What was the hand for? I don't understand. It sounded like that was part of the story.
Oh, I do that.
You look like you have a massive hand.
No,
I mean, that's impressive, I guess.
ADHD, Bren. That's something that
What does it have to do with your hand?
Us 90 kids do a lot of dumb shit. But like, all I know is I studied the Jets quarterback play over the years, and then that's what I started to do as a kid, and then I got into football,